What if being good is what's hurting you the most? What if the reason your heart breaks more often, the reason you're overlooked, the reason you're taken for granted is because you chose to do the right thing in a world that rewards the wrong? You give, you forgive, you care deeply, and still you suffer. Why? Have you ever asked yourself, why does it feel like good people get the worst of life? Why is it that the ones who lie, manipulate, cheat, and take shortcuts often rise faster, while those who choose honesty, love, patience, and loyalty get left behind? You've seen it. You do the right thing. You keep your promises. You put others first. You speak the truth, even when it's hard. And what happens? They leave. They lie. They overlook you for someone louder, flashier, more selfish. And you sit there asking, what did I do wrong? But what if you didn't do anything wrong at all? What if your suffering is proof you're living right? We were told as children, be good and good things will happen. But life doesn't always work that way, does it? Bad things happen to kind people. The loyal ones get betrayed. The honest ones get rejected. The loving ones get broken. So is life just unfair? Yes, but also no. Life isn't designed to reward goodness the way we think. It's not a vending machine where you put kindness in and get blessings out. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed the purpose of virtue isn't reward, but transformation. To be good is to choose pain when convenience is easier, to speak truth when silence would benefit you more, to stay loyal in a world that forgets your name. It's not supposed to feel fair. It's supposed to make you strong. What if your pain is proof you didn't break your soul? The Stoics taught that virtue is its own reward. That means being honest, kind, patient, or forgiving. Even when it hurts isn't weakness, it's courage. Because the real test of goodness isn't how people treat you after. It's whether you stayed true when you could have walked away. Let's be honest. You could have lied. You could have cheated. You could have given up on love. You could have turned cold like them. But you didn't. And that makes you dangerous in the most beautiful way. Because your soul didn't fold. And in a world full of people pretending, you stayed real. Let me ask you something personal. Have you noticed that your heart breaks deeper than others? That you feel things stronger? That you carry pain others would run from? It's not because you're weak, it's because you're alive. Pain finds the softest hearts because they're open, and open hearts bleed. You see more, you care more, you love harder, and yes, you suffer deeper. But don't confuse that with failure. The world is numb, disconnected, hardened. Your suffering is not proof you're broken, it's proof you haven't gone numb. Here's something the Stoics believed. The gods give the hardest paths to the strongest souls. Why? Because suffering reveals character. It strips away the ego. It teaches you patience, presence, and perspective. You've been entrusted with pain, not to destroy you, but to wake you up. Think about it. Who teaches the world compassion? The ones who've been through hell. Who teaches peace? The ones who've survived chaos. Who becomes the healer? The one who needed healing most. If you're suffering while trying to be a good person, you're not being punished. You're being purified. Let's be honest. Most people will never know the battles you fight, the restraint it takes not to retaliate, the effort it takes to stay kind when life is cruel. You won't always get a thank you. You won't always get applause. But that's not why you do it. You do it because it's who you are. Because integrity is doing what's right, even when no one is watching. So when the world doesn't clap, clap for yourself. You didn't cheat. You didn't lie. You didn't betray yourself. That's rare. That's beautiful. That's power. It's easy to feel bitter, to think I'm good and I suffer, so what's the point? But here's the truth. You don't suffer because you're weak. You suffer because you're strong enough to carry weight others drop. The goal isn't to avoid suffering. The goal is to suffer with meaning, to let pain shape you, not define you, to use every scar as a symbol of strength, to rise wiser, softer, but unshakably rooted in who you are. And yes, one day it will all make sense. Not because things get easier, but because you'll be stronger. Let's redefine what good means. Being good doesn't mean pleasing everyone. It doesn't mean staying silent. It doesn't mean letting yourself be walked on. Being good means standing up even when it's unpopular, walking away from what doesn't honor your soul, saying no when it's easier to say yes, loving even when it costs you. Goodness is not soft. It's fierce. It's unshakable. It's the warrior's path. And if you walk that path, yes, you'll suffer, but you'll also inspire. You'll break generational cycles. You'll live with no mask. And that is the most powerful legacy of all. If you've ever felt like you're suffering for doing the right thing, this message is for you. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are one of the few, the ones who love with their whole heart, speak with truth, and walk with integrity, even when it costs everything. And maybe the world will never fully see what you carry, but here on the Forgotten Chapters, we see you. If this message touched your heart, please take a second to subscribe to this channel, The Forgotten Chapters. Here we uncover truths the world often ignores, stories of pain, purpose, and personal power. Like this video, share it with someone who's struggling, and leave a comment. Have you ever suffered for doing the right thing? What did it teach you? Remember, your pain is not wasted, your goodness is not weakness, and your story is not over. You are not just surviving, you are becoming.